Hello YouTube, this is Bronco doing a Reach track review, and this is the Vvshadowwo1fvV special, and this is my 99th episode of Reach track reviews, which is exciting because I have a special track planned for episode 100, which I will release when that track gets released. So if I haven't uploaded a new track review in a couple days, you can blame Vvshadowwo1fvV and Duquesne. I'm just gonna let that little sneak peek out, and yeah, I guess you'll have to wait for the rest. But anyways, this map is called Cliffside Stadium, and it is obviously a supercross track, obviously made by Vvshadowwo1f, and I like this track. You don't go super fast around the rhythm sections.
That was pretty sweet.
There's mostly because there's a lot of turns, so you can't really get up to top speed because there's so many rhythm sections and so many jumps in those rhythm sections. But overall, a nice jump and nice map, and I like the jumps. They're all very smooth, and I like the big jump at the end. I think the last jump at the end would have been better if it had measurements on it, like if it would have said it would have been like a, if it had been like a triple or something like that, or a quadruple, something to just show like how big it is instead of just being like a flat area on the bottom. But anyways, this next map is called Dominator, and it is a roller coaster, and I'm not sure if this is a remake of anything. But this track is pretty difficult. Canucks Legend, what is your opinion on this track?
I think this is the one that had a lot of the, what's that spacing called again? I can't remember what it's called, the spacing between the two objects, but I might...
No, that was the map that we decided not to review. There's one map that Vvshadowwo1f made that was a remake of a Halo 3 map that had so much tapering it was ridiculous, and there's really no reason to have it in a Halo Reach map, but since it was a Halo 3 remake, it is understandable. But so we decided not to review that map just because it wasn't very good in my opinion.
I still like this map. I mean, even though I had a kind of a tough time getting through this one little section here, but I still enjoyed running this one. It wasn't as bad as I thought.
And one thing about this map that I don't like is I don't like the placement of the man cannons.
Yes.
Because I feel that they're unnecessary because they can push you off, and you really don't need them to get around that turn. I mean, if you really cut it tight, you will make it easily, but you really don't even have to cut it extremely tight to make it. And another thing I like about this map is the barbarian jumps. And if you guys don't know what barbarian jumps, basically what it is on a roller coaster, there's a flat section, and then you have a free fall part, and then you land on a big double wide section that usually has a one-way shield at the bottom to help smooth it out. And basically, Vvshadowwo1f's free fall and plummet maps, those are basically barbarian jumps. And this map has two of them. Sorry, I've been failing a lot lately on this map. But this map has two of them, and his new map that he's working on right now has one. So, yeah, in my opinion, I like barbarian jumps. What is your opinion?
Yeah, well, if I could get to them, I'd like them. From seeing what you, from the experiences you've had with them, if I could get past those darn man cannons, yeah, I would assume I'd like them.
And this one coming up here, this next jump up here is a barbarian jump. So you have that little flat area, and then you come down there and land on a big double-wide section. And the end of the track, I think the end of the track's a little boring. I mean, I wish there like would have been something a little better, like there's maybe another hill, and then maybe a U-turn, a big U-turn section. But this is okay. I imagine they probably ran out of things to build with. But this next map is called El Loco, and that was another, well, actually, I wouldn't consider that a barbarian jump. It was more just a free fall. But, again, the main cannon placement is kind of bad, and it pushes you off the side. There, I was able to make it through there without falling off. But, you know, you really don't need them to get around these tracks, so, you know, you kind of got to stay away from them. But you don't want to ride too close to the opposite edge of where they are, or else it's just gonna, even the smallest push will push you off. What is your opinion on this track?
Well, I mean, I liked it except for one part. There was one portion where you died at a checkpoint, and it was right in front of a jump. So I kept dying in that one spot, and I kept trying to take the jump, but I didn't have enough momentum to take it. So I kept hitting the edge of the landing there. It got kind of frustrating, but I ended up getting over it. It was an alright track. Not one of my favorites.
One thing I did like about this track though was all the big jumps that it had on it, and I like roller coasters with lots of jumps. And I know, like, real life roller coasters don't have jumps because that would be death-defying, I guess. But yeah, I do like it that this one has a lot of jumps, and they're not just small gap jumps; they're actually big incline jumps. And I like the way he ended this track with the big U-turn. I think that's a very nice way to end a roller coaster. This next map is called Hell's Knot, and it is also another roller coaster. And this roller coaster, I think, is one of his earlier ones. Canucks Legend, good job falling off there.
You pushed me off. Don't even get me started.
You're going too slow. But this racetrack is very easy, and well, for people that are okay at roller coasters. I mean, if you're challenged, then.
What are you getting at?
Like somebody, if you're challenged like somebody, it can be difficult.
You're stepping over the line, woman. Stepping over the line.
But, yeah, so it's pretty easy, and there's not too many big spirals or anything like that, and the turns are nice and wide, and it's not angled very steeply, so, you know, this is probably one of his easiest roller coasters that he's built, and I think this is one of his newer ones. And what did you think of this track?
Well, I liked it, but because it was late at night, I had trouble getting around these. Yes, that's my excuse that I'm going with. It was late at night, so I'm a little woozy. But I liked the map. I liked it a lot. Nice and wide turns, nice bank corners. It was smooth, fun.
The turns aren't wide. Well, they're not. The track isn't wide, but the turns are broad. I guess they're not sharp turns, which is nice. And then, as I said earlier, there's no real spiral parts except for the first downhill turn that they have, which can be difficult, especially if you're going fast. You kind of have to power slide drift around it, but you get the hang of it with practice. And I like the U-turn ending of the roller coaster. You've heard that's my favorite way to end roller coaster. And this next map is called Intimidation SX. And first thing I noticed off the bat was the kill balls in it. And I really don't think kill balls should be in an MX map. They're completely out of place. So that's one problem I kind of had with the scenery aesthetics portion of this track. But overall, this is not his best track. Actually, probably one of my...
Excuse me.
It's disgusting. You don't do that on the mic.
Sorry. Continue.
Probably one of his maps, this is probably my least favorite of his maps. Just because I really don't like the overall layout, and you kind of go around this track really slow because of all the turns. And this berm over here doesn't exactly work very well. It's kind of just an incline. You can't really just drive around it, I guess. You really have to kind of hairpin turn around it. But anyways, this next map is called Riverside MX, and this is one of his newest tracks, and this is my favorite track that he's made. And as you can see, it is an MX Nationals track, and it's not themed after a specific Nationals track like most of Vvshadowwo1fvV's tracks. Like, his tracks are usually themed like Crescendo and Everglades. But again, I really like this jump because you go, not this jump, sorry. I really like this map because you go really fast around it, and it's very well laid out, and it incorporates controlled jumps, or at least that's what I call it. When I mean controlled jumps, it means it's like it uses blocks for jumps, but it also has some natural landings like over here, which I like because it makes it even more realistic. And like most tracks, it is designed so that you have to go top speed to make all the jumps, especially the one at the very end. If you're not going as fast as possible, you will not make this big, huge jump at the end, which I think is very exhilarating in a MX map. But as we come down to our last map here, this is called Silver Star, and this is a roller coaster. And there's nothing too special about this roller coaster. Nothing unique about it. Mostly just turns. I don't think there are any jumps. And well, actually, there might be a couple. But so it's not very difficult, and there's nothing too special about it. But it does have some nice hills and some nice drops in it, which is nice. Canucks Legend, what is your opinion on this map?
I liked it. Nice and smooth. Not a lot of sharp turns. Nice smooth drops and inclines. I think my favorite part about it though was the U-turn at the end, going around what seemed to be a tower. I don't know what. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I really liked the finish of the map.
I like this part here, the little banked turn there. I think that's nice.
That was fun too.
And I'm not sure if this map looks to me like it'd be good for a battle track. I'm not sure, but I mean, it just looks like it'd be good because it kind of goes back and forth, so you can really see the other drivers from around the whole map.
One question I want to know is where did Shadow Wolf get the name Silver Star from? That's my only question about the map.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure why he named it Silver Star. I'm guessing that it's the something about the scenic ending at the back.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming too.
But one thing about this little turn here is the banking. You can't rely on that banking to help you turn. You really have to kind of maneuver your way around at the very end. And yeah, also don't rely on these little one-way shields, as you see Canucks Legend over here struggling. Oh, well, the video cut off. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. All the download links will be in the description. So, yeah, thanks.
See ya.